What's going on, everybody? Today we're going over DJI master shots, and in particular the biggest question I get is the fact that since the Air 2S has some pretty poor sideways obstacle avoidance, they find it very difficult to get master shots on every property, especially those ones with big trees and neighborhoods. So today I'm going to give you a few points, tips, and tricks on how you can accomplish a master shots video no matter what property you visit and no matter the treescape surrounding it. Unless, of course, it's protected airspace. Let's go. All right, so the first thing I really want to talk about is like the different scenarios in which you would probably use these master shots and they will be affected by the scenario. Now, obviously, if you're shooting a property with no other properties in the close vicinity or tall trees, it's very easy to pull off a master shots, but any other situation becomes a little bit difficult. The first tip I'll give you is pretty simple, and that's remember that this is a drone video. Now, when I first started doing the master shots, I was trying to make it look kind of like a mix between an up close regular video and a drone video. So I'd always start my master shots low and close to the property, focused on the front door. So the issue with that is, as I just mentioned, if there's lots of trees or other neighboring properties or anything close in the yard, you know, as soon as the obstacle avoidance hits anything or detects anything, should I say, it will instantly stop the master shots. It won't try and go around whatever it detects. It will just instantly stop. So the first thing you can really do is remember to stay high and far away. I have also learned now that my master shots, I look for the tallest tree in the area and I put my drone about 5 or 10 feet above that highest tree. So that means no matter what, the drone is never going below this point. That's the first tip to really avoiding these trees. Now, it won't give you any of those up close, really cool front exterior shots, but also keep in mind that this is a drone video. Showing it from far away and up above is not a bad thing at all because it's a view that not many people get to see and it's a really unique feature. So don't at all feel bad if you can't get up close personal shots with the master shots just because of the way it's arranged.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, let me get my coat.
I don't think so, Aaron.
How about you, Jerry?
All right, so that brings me straight on to point number 2, and that is where to select with the spotlight mode when you're going to do your master shots. Now, if you're anything like me and my first few videos, I would always select the front door because I was always trying to make it about the front exterior. But then I realized that's not really what a drone video is. So as I just mentioned before, I start a little bit higher and further back. So instead of selecting the front exterior of the house, I always select the top of the roof, preferably somewhere towards the rear of the roof and starting in the front. This allows the end shots that the master shots program does. It's like the last 3 or 4 shots where it does a lot of looking straight down shots. I find whenever you select the front door of the property, it does a lot of looking down into the front yard, which gives me shots that I don't really like. But if I select towards the rear of the roof, whenever it does these looking down shots, it's actually right above the property looking down. So you get some of the front yard and some of the backyard. That way you can use the master shots as it's delivered right there on site and send it on over to your agents. You don't have to bring it into post-production, do one for the front and one for the back. This really highlights the whole property in one master shot's a little bit better in my opinion, and that's just tip number 2 for you. Tip number 3 while you're out here shooting these master shots is simply don't start your master shot looking straight onto the property. I've noticed over time doing all these master shots that when I look straight at the property from straight on from the front door, they seem to look a little flat in the final product. That being said, if you just start your drone about 45 degrees either right or left of the property and then start your master shots, you will notice a vast improvement in the final product. I think it's because it does a lot of spinning shots and moving around in a very specific circular pattern right outside of the property. But either way, there it is. Tip number 3. If you're out there shooting these master shots, just don't start straight on. Start on off to the side. All right. Tip number 4. You ready for this one? It's simple. It's common sense. Do more than one. These master shots are all based around the very starting point of your drone. So they only take, I think, 2 minutes for a full rotation of shot layout. If you do not like any of the master shots that were produced by your first run, put the drone in a different area and start from there. Like I said, all of these patterns are based off the initial starting point of the drone. So all the videos that come after it will be directly relative of that starting position. This is how I learned that I don't like the the videos as much if I start them straight on as I do if I start them at a 45. Starting at a 45 has allowed me to cut down on the amount of master shots I have to take per property, but usually speaking, I do take more than one on each property. Like I said, they're roughly 2-minute rotations. So I try and do 3 different locations and figure out which one I like the best. As always, you like that information I presented and the way I presented it? Press like, mash subscribe, all that jazz. Catch you next time.